Didn't I say not to retaliate? Didn't I say that? I'm going one day, and you managed to lose $150 million worth of unreplaceable booze.
The is my bourbon.
Don't know. See, I'm just a driver. Somebody else came in and they stole your That's it.
I'm all right!
Ain't no rich cracker, son.
That's Serenity.
The exotic dancer? The stripper.
Exchange. Our booze back, and you get your blood back.
Nothing you can take from me that I can't take back, Mr. Manfredi. Please remember that.
Well, I remember.
I just want to open up some line of communication with you. You know, I knew your grandfather pretty well. He was the master of the sports book.
You did good work in Dallas. Good work. You set the bait.
Anything else?
Well, what I don't want is you engaging with Dixie Mafia over some moonshine bull.
What? Bro, what are you talking about, man?
Which one of y'all is talking to the police, bruh? Which one of y'all talking to the police? Cause ain't no way in hell Musso just know about all the stuff that's going on in Tulsa with Dwight and nobody ain't telling him about it. Somebody in the Dwight crew is talking to Musso about the stuff that Dwight got going on in Tulsa. Somebody is snitching, goddammit. I don't know who it is, but somebody in the Dwight crew is working with Musso. I definitely believe somebody in the Dwight crew is telling Musso about all the stuff that Dwight got going on in Tulsa. And it could be anybody, goddammit. It could be anybody. Shit, it could be Goody, it could be Tyson, it could be Armand, hell, it could be Margaret. It really could be anybody that's in the Dwight's crew that's talking to Agent Musso about the stuff that he got going on in Tulsa. It could be anybody. But best believe by the end of season 3, we gonna get our answers. We definitely gonna get our answers, goddammit. Like I said, I don't know who it is, and I don't care who it is, but somebody in the Dwight's crew is definitely talking to Musso, bro. Somebody in the Dwight crew is definitely working with the feds. And like I said, I definitely believe by the end of season 3, we will get our answers on who's been working with the feds and talking to Musso about all the stuff that Dwight got going on out in Tulsa. But what's the deal with it, YouTube? What's good with y'all? What's up with everybody? I go by the name of DC, and in today's video, I'm going to be recapping Tulsa King season 3, episode 4. I'm going to be breaking down this episode and let y'all know how I felt about this episode, as well as give y'all some of my predictions and theories going into these next upcoming episodes of Tulsa King. But before I do that and get into this breakdown for y'all, as usual, if you're finding me for the first time and you like the content that I upload and create, tap in and hit the post bell notification button to support the channel and to get updated on all content I post on my channel. Hit the like button to help the video get recommended across the algorithm, and leave your thoughts and comments down below in the comment section, and y'all let me know y'all thoughts about this episode and if you enjoyed this episode overall. Now, my opinion, to me, this episode was good, but this episode could have been a little bit better. I enjoyed this episode. It was still good at the end of the day, but I like the first 3 episodes more compared to episode 4. I feel like this was my least favorite episode so far in season 3. Still was good at the end of the day, it just wasn't my favorite episode. Like, I wish the episode was a little bit more longer. It felt like this episode went by fast as hell. But a lot did happen in this episode though. It definitely was a lot of stuff that cracked off in this episode. We saw Dwight get his Bourbon 50 collection back in this episode. We saw Quiet Ray reach out to Bill in this episode to try to form an alliance with him, as well as Tyson finding out about the stripper that he was getting a lap dance from in episode 3, playing him this whole entire time. Like, it was a lot of stuff that happened in this episode. It definitely was a lot that happened in this episode. But I'm gonna start the recap off with talking about Dwight, Jeremiah, and the Bourbon's 50s collection situation, and how Dwight was able to get his bourbon collection back from the Dunmires in this episode. Because in this episode, we saw Dwight rally up his crew and they went on the hunt to find the Bourbon's 50 collection after Tyson lost the collection in episode 3 after he was jumped by Cole and his goons. And while they were searching for a lead on where the Dunmires could be hiding the Bourbon's 50s collection at, Bodie was able to track down the getaway driver that helped out Cole with stealing the Bourbon's 50 collection with the cameras that he had set up outside of Dwight's stash spot. So Bill and Dwight pulled up at the getaway driver's house to interrogate him to see what he knows, and instead of both Bill and Dwight going inside to interrogate the driver, Bill told Dwight to wait outside and he was going to go inside Dolo to interrogate the driver, because the guys that the Dunmires killed at Dwight's stash spot where he had the Bourbon's 50s collection hidden at was a part of Bill's crew, and he got pissed off at the fact that his soldiers got taken out. So Bill went inside the house to interrogate the driver, And within 30 seconds of him interrogating the driver and trying to see where he knows about where the Bourbon's 50 collection is being hidden at, Bill ends up killing the driver and shooting him right there on the spot after he tried to pull out a gun on him, messing up the only lead that they had in this situation and where they could possibly locate where the Dunmire stashed the Bourbon 50s collection at. And while this was going on with Dwight and Ray, Tyson and his dad Mark decided to go on their own mission in this episode to try to find the Bourbon collection because Dwight called Tyson's dad in this episode and told him about what happened with Tyson getting beat up by Cole and his goons. And while they was following Cole's truck, assuming that they was telling Cole, Tyson and his dad caught the stripper that Tyson was getting a lap dance from in episode 3 driving Cole's truck, revealing to Tyson that the stripper was playing him and she was working with Cole the entire time. So Tyson and his dad followed Serenity, and she ended up leading them to the location where the Dunmires had the Bourbon collection stashed at. And when Dwight showed up with his crew along with Bill, Dwight and his crew stormed the place and took Cole hostage after catching him slipping and had a standoff with Jeremiah and forced Jeremiah to give him back the Bourbon collection in exchange for Cole's life. And one thing I will say that I took from watching this scene is that Jeremiah Dunmire is one evil ass nigga, bro. He one evil ass nigga. The fact that he was willing to give up his own son's life to keep this Bourbon collection is crazy. That shit is crazy as hell, bro. He was really about to let Dwight and his crew take out his son to keep that Bourbon collection. And even though Dwight called his bluff and he was making it seem like he wasn't going to do that, I'm telling you, if people wasn't around to see Jeremiah Dunmire's actions, that nigga would have sacrificed his own goddamn son to keep that Bourbon collection. He definitely would have did it. And Jeremiah might have to start keeping an eye on his son going into these next upcoming episodes of Tulsa King. Because the way he was treating Cole in this episode, I'm pretty sure moving forward in future episodes of Tulsa King, him and Cole is going to have issues because of that. I don't see Cole just sitting back and constantly allowing his father to put him down and disrespect him over and over and over again. I don't see that happening for much longer. I do believe eventually at some point before season 3 is over with, Cole is going to turn against his father. I definitely believe Cole is going to play a role in his father's downfall, especially if he continues to treat Cole the way he was treating him throughout this episode. But until that happens, if that happens, I am expecting Cole and Jeremiah to strike back against Dwight and seek revenge against him and his crew for taking the Bourbon's 50s collection from them in this episode. I definitely believe they're going to strike back and be on the hunt for Dwight and his crew in episode 5. Now in this episode, we saw Crier Ray reach out to Bill at the end of the episode after finding out about the stuff that Dwight got going on in Tulsa when it comes to him owning the distillery and getting into the liquor business. Because at the end of the episode, Bill got a call from Ray because Ray found out about Dwight having a distillery from Vincent, who is now taking over Cheeky's spot and leading the Inveresi's family, because Bill decided to open his big ass mouth in episode 2 and tell Vincent about the stuff that Dwight got going on in Tulsa with him owning the distillery and getting into the liquor business. And then Vincent ran back and told Ray about it. So Ray called Bill in this episode because he heard about the stuff that Dwight got going on in Tulsa, and during this conversation that Ray was having with Bill, and Ray suggested that it would be best for him and Bill to keep an open communication line with each other, since Ray knew who Bill's grandfather was and they used to kick it with each other back in the day. And he told Ray if he ever needs anything from him, or if he's ever having problems with anybody in Tulsa, aka Dwight, then to give him a call if he ever needs him. And I don't know if Bill is going to betray Ray or not, but if I'm Dwight, I'm not trusting nobody. I'm not trusting anybody right now. Because it's bad enough somebody from his crew is telling Musso about the stuff that he got going on out in Tulsa, and we don't know who could be telling Musso stuff. It could be anybody. But moral of the story is, certain people that surround Dwight is moving funny. And it seemed like the best thing for Dwight to do right now is not to trust nobody. He definitely doesn't need to trust anybody right now, especially Bill. He definitely can't trust Bill. And even though Bill really ain't been doing much this season, and he ain't been doing much to piss me off because I'm really not the biggest fan of Bill, I'm gonna give him the benefit of the doubt and go off the limb and say that he's going to stay loyal to Dwight and he's not going to betray him. I think he's going to tell Dwight about this conversation that he had with Ray, and I think he's going to continue to stay loyal to Dwight at the end of the day when it's all said and done. I'm going to go off the limb and say that, but if he does betray Dwight, I will be giving y'all my thoughts about that. I definitely will be giving y'all my thoughts about that, and I'm definitely going to go in on your boy Bill if he does decide to betray Dwight and start working with Ray. Now in this episode, we saw Margaret make a play with Cal Thresher in this episode to help him out with his campaign and help him win the election so he could become the mayor of Tulsa in exchange for Cal selling her ranch back to her. Because Margaret met up with Cal in this episode to talk about his campaign election because Cal is now running for mayor, and Margaret has been noticing that Cal's campaign numbers is low and that the people in Tulsa don't like him, even though she feels like Cal would be a good mayor. So with Margaret knowing about the people of Tulsa not liking Cal, as well as having a good relationship with the people in Tulsa because they like her and respect her, she decided to use this as a way to get her ranch back from Cal in exchange to help him out with his campaign so he could win the election and become the mayor. And I don't know, but I think Dwight needs to keep his eyes on Margaret going into these next upcoming episodes of Tulsa King, because after watching this episode, to me, it's starting to seem like she got her own intentions and her own agenda. And I'm just getting the feeling of her possibly doing something sneaky and possibly backstabbing Dwight. I get it, she said she was helping out Dwight by doing this for Cal, because with Cal being the mayor of Tulsa, Dwight could have a politician in his back pocket. I think Margaret got something else up her sleeve that we don't know about when it comes to this situation between her and Cal Thresher. I don't think she's just using Cal to get her wrench back, as well as helping out Dwight with having a politician in his back pocket. I think she's using Cal for something else. I could be wrong about this. Y'all let me know down below in the comment section if I'm reaching or not. But I think Margaret has her own agenda when it comes to this situation right here. And I definitely think Dwight needs to keep his eyes on her moving forward in these next upcoming episodes of Tulsa King. But I ain't got nothing else to say about this episode. This episode was cool at the end of the day. It was a solid episode. If you made it to the end of this video and you like the video that I uploaded and created, hit that like button to help this video get recommended across the algorithm. Tap in and hit the post bell notification button to support the channel and to get updated on all content I post on my channel. And leave your comments and theories down below in the comment section. I'm going to get at y'all later. Much love to y'all. Much love to everybody that's been rocking with me and supporting the channel. Y'all take care. Y'all be safe and God bless. I'm going to get at y'all later. I'm out.